So our neighbor Bruce has become a source of trees for us. Last year we helped him plant some trees.
Yep.
And this year we've got our own. So we thank our neighbor Bruce for getting us some trees. I really like the looks of them. We're not going to plant these today, but this is part of our drainage project, believe it or not. We're going to do some work on that today. Let's get started. I don't know my oak trees very well, and they told me I was getting pin oaks. Some pin oaks and a few red oaks. But when I see these, some of them are bur oaks.
And the whole point for these trees is to kind of make a barrier between us and the subdivision that's coming.
The 8,000 homes on 2,200 acres.
Yeah.
I really don't know how I'd get along without pallet forks. And a lot of the uses have nothing to do with pallets. Our forks are the lightweight ones from Artillian.com. Kind of expensive, but worth it. I was really happy with the height of these trees. They're not very big around, but they're pretty tall, seem to me like, for their diameter. Will it stand?
Looks like it.
I've badmouthed this self-leveling loader for almost every project I've used it for. But for this one, it's perfect. Whoa!
Got a little ahead of yourself. Whoa!
What do you think? Are we planting them a little close?
I think so, yeah.
Maybe someday they'll be shady. Well, we thought we could put them over here out of the grass, and we thought they'd be easier for us to water.
Until we get them
till we're ready.
Planted.
Don't know much about tree planting, so tell me about it in the comments.
Yeah, if there's any really good tricks to make them grow fast.
Oaks are not going to grow fast.
I know, but I think the houses are going to grow faster than the trees.
Well, the good news is they're already 12 feet tall, some of them.
Yeah, that's true.
So, you know, that's not bad. Hey, look, my friends arrived. It was pure coincidence. So after almost 3 years, we're finally started on our drainage project. Some of this delay can be attributed to not being able to get around to it and just pure laziness, I guess. But we also had to evaluate how it performed in rainy seasons and really get a good view of the water and where it needed to go before we started work on it. In our soil types, with the type of equipment we have, I found that tilling the area makes the soil moving much easier. So I'm going to till this strip where we intend to put the swale. If you've been watching our channel for a while, you've seen this approach multiple times. Of course, every job is different and has its own unique challenges. In this case, I have zero slope from end to end. Bill's trying out the Artillian front hoe bucket. I know that some others on YouTube think these front hoe buckets are all the rage. Let's see what Bill thinks.
I think it's kind of hard for Bill to see, but he's doing a good job of getting that root out. And it's Vanessa's first time working with the Kubota and the root grapple.
We also have a lot of water coming from the right, up there where the driveway is. So it's my hope to catch a lot of that water as well.
Tiller is really pulling hard this side. I've heard a lot of folks talk about being able to pull a 5-foot tiller with a 1025R. Well, either their 1025R is a lot better than mine, or they're not in the same conditions. I don't know what. Maybe the soils just changes that much. But I can't pull a 5-footer on hardly anything I do here. We'll see how a first-time grappleist handles this pile of stuff. Vanessa's got an interesting story. She was working an office job for the water utility, I believe.
Now let's see if Bill got it all the way out of the ground.
Now Vanessa's transferred to an outside job, and so she's working with some of the equipment outdoors. But this is the first time she's ever worked with a grapple. I don't know if I can handle these roots or not. I'll give it a try. It should just bounce over them. Tell you what, it's really tilling deep, tilling its side. Any thoughts on it so far?
It's very hard to see
Yeah.
because you got to lean way out to see when you tip it down, you got to lean way out to see the teeth of the bucket.
Yeah, it's hard to see, so you kind of have to remember what you're doing. Maybe we could get Vinny's mirror and put on there.
Yeah. Has Christy got a cosmetic mirror?
Oh yeah, there you
She
go.
can hold
in front
it.
of me and hold it there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile,
You can-
Vanessa's just pulling them out by hand.
You can also use the backhoe if you want.
That actually might be faster for him. And you can see it.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Vanessa, you've given up and gone to the old way?
I'm still doing I'll make a pile that I can pick up with the grapple.
My challenge here is that I want to drain water this way. Right here in the middle, I don't know, probably 6 inches high, so I'll have a lot of dirt to move back here. But on each end, it's almost the same height. So really I'm going to have to build up some sort of a levee on the pond side on this end to be able to allow this to drain down here. The objective is to keep it out of the pond, to get it to drain down to here and over to the neighbors and get it to drain on out properly the way the county is specified without ever getting into the pond. So it'll be on our property not very long. A lot of discussion about the rules on drainage. The way I understand it, the common enemy law works such that if water is coming towards your property, you have to accept it. And so we're seeing both ends of that here in this situation. Behind me, water is coming onto our property. In front of me and to the right of me, water is draining off of our property. So we have to accept the water coming onto our property, and then the neighbor has to accept it again coming back off of our property. So we're going to build this drainage ditch here, or swale, right next to our property line. We're going to move this dirt out here, and we're going to allow that water. We're going to get it on our property, which is legal. We're going to run it right along the edge here and run it right back out where it's supposed to go. At least that's the goal.
Now that I look at it and see the great job that the tiller is doing, I'm pretty sure this Moschio tiller is tilling a lot deeper on its first pass and on its second pass than my earlier King Cutter tiller. I think you can see that it's doing an amazing job tilling, just 2 trips over, and the sod appears to be totally gone. I'm pretty sure this Moschio is doing a better job than the King Cutter XB. There's still a stump in here that I've got to skip over. Bill will get to that in a minute, I hope. You can get this Moschio tiller direct to your door from agfolks.com, agfolks.com. Use coupon code TTWT for a 5% discount. Okay, you're getting a view of our beautiful pond here. We treated it with copper sulfate earlier in the season and got rid of all the algae. And now it's come back. I should have treated it again, but right now it's not the biggest concern. We've got bigger plans for that pond. Hopefully next season we'll have everything in order where we can work on it. I know, I've been promising that for years. It's just hard to get it to the top of the priority list. You might notice the gap in the tilling at the top right of the screen. That's the area so low that we have to build it up. I'm on the tractor thinking, gee, this is pulling hard. Why am I having trouble doing that little bit of back dragging?
My 3-point hitch is vibrating down. I noticed the lever was loose. I've had that happen before not on this tractor, but on one of my other 1025Rs. Keep that tightened up. Well, I'm certain you're seeing the concept now. This is obviously not finished. We've got a lot more work to do to finish, but this is the concept. Try to put the hump on this side. Valley out there. Keep the water out on the outside. I could get a box blade to do this, but I find the back dragging is pretty fast. I can see it. Just a fan of back dragging.
Bill's got a stump under there that we didn't get pulled out when we cut down the trees. Now Bill hasn't used this backhoe before. I'm not sure he's used any other backhoe. It's nice to have friends who'll help. Bill and Vanessa are part of our church group.
So when you're digging out a stump, you don't really, I mean, even you would think these are tiny and you would just reach in there and get them, but the stupid mulberries, they just root like crazy, right? You can see how big those roots are. So don't even think about the stump when you start. Go along the side and see if you can find roots. And if you find a root and you can break it, great, break it. If you can't break it, keep getting further and further from the stump until you can.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Follow that root out. Every root that you can find has to be broken to be able to get that stump out, because there'll still be a half a dozen more that you don't find, right?
Yeah.
So basically you just go to all sides, and you'll have to, you'll get left and right here, but there's liable to be one in front here that you can't see. You may even have to move the tractor.
Yeah.
Sometimes on a small stump like this, you can reach in front and find that and break it.
Yeah.
but you just keep working your way outward.
Okay. This is the first time I've used a backhoe.
That's all right.
I'm learning the controls.
The whole world is judging you.
That's pretty good for a first time.
I mean, that's what the deal is with these tractors. They're meant for people that have never used this type of equipment before.
Yeah.
So it doesn't take you long to figure out how to kind of make it work, right?
Right.
I mean, the next level of technique is figuring out, okay, now that I can make the controls work, how can I make it accomplish a goal, right? And that's what we're talking about here. So
Yeah.
you'll get it.
Different than the old one my grandpa had. He had
Yeah. 4 sticks.
10 levers across.
Okay. Yeah. Even several years ago, they still had 4 sticks instead of 2, and they were just one direction.
It was like a 1950-something Massey Ferguson.
Well, we'll work out this a little bit longer. Maybe if you can get those 2 out, we'll go get us a cheeseburger.
All right.
That was a clump of trees that were all together.
I saw like 3 good
Yeah,
sized stumps there.
yeah. You can almost feel it in the ground. He's got it.
You're getting close. Run right between them.
Look at Vanessa. Go, Vanessa!
Yeah, count on hand tools. Doesn't matter how many tractors we have, Vanessa's going to be doing it by hand.
She still gets the job done.
Oh yeah, she's strong. That's how you stay strong, I suppose, is continue to work at it
Yeah.
instead of being lazy like me. You're doing the right thing. My dad's #1 rule, he says when you're having trouble digging out a stump, keep digging.
Keep digging. Eventually it'll come.
That's what he said.
It's moving more.
Yeah, but it's not ready to come out. Getting close. It was only 15 pounds. What's the problem? Isn't that crazy? Okay. And then next bucket, go a little bit closer to the tree because we didn't come up with anything that time. In other words, it may turn. You never know. Now curl that bucket in. There you go. Oh, I see it down there. It's going just like this. It's right here. Yep, you got it. Pry right there. You might have broke it or you might have slid off. Go just a little bit closer and try that again. See what I mean? So it's like go out and then work your way close, work your way close. I couldn't tell whether you slid off of it or broke it. It looks like it turns. I'll try to push and see what I can do. What do you think? I think that we can tell what the plan is now, Christy. I've tried to describe it to you many times,
Yep.
but I think we can tell now, right?
I think so. I kind of, yeah.
Now, it won't work yet because it's still got a hump in it, but at least you kind of get a vision of what's going on here. I promised in an earlier episode that we had a secret weapon to bring out to solve this particular drainage issue. And you're probably saying, well, I didn't see it. Well,
That was Bill and Vanessa. No.
we haven't needed that secret weapon yet. It's a detail-oriented weapon, so I'm going to keep you hanging for another episode or two on that. But we will eventually be revealing it, and hopefully it works as well as I think it's going to. Bill and Vanessa, on the other hand, always work as well as I think they're going to, and maybe even better. And they just showed up today. We didn't plan on them coming. That wasn't very brilliant if you were trying to avoid work.
She said, let's go out to Tim and Christie's, and I didn't know there was work involved.
There's always work involved.
Yeah, we're usually doing something.
Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time on Tractor Time with Tim. And the gang.
Yes. And Tim and I didn't exactly mean to
Look at that.
match. Guys, we do not
At least it's
plan
not the
this
same
in the
color.
morning. I open the drawer and I reach in and I grab a t-shirt.
And then I come along and I say, hey, that Rim Garden blue looks pretty good for today.
Yours don't say rim guard.
Mine will be.
Spoiled by your husband. Oh, good
But what's the top
grief.
of it?
Blessed.
Blessed by God, spoiled by my husband. I bet Bill bought that for her.
Yep.
Two.
Two of
You
them.
have a long sleeve for winter.